They say, keep religion out of it. Out of what? Out of reality, out of morality, out of existence itself. Look carefully at the trick. The moment someone says, leave God outside the room, they have already chosen a side. That is not neutrality. That is a worldview pretending not to be one. Because secularism is not empty space. It has beliefs, sacred values, moral boundaries, definitions of truth, definitions of knowledge, definitions of what counts as rational. It already decided what reality is before the conversation even started. And then it calls itself neutral. No, neutral would mean all foundations are exposed equally. But that is not what happens. One side walks into the debate openly saying, this is what we believe. The other side walks in hiding its beliefs behind words like reason, progress, science, modernity, neutrality. As if assumptions stop being assumptions once they remove the word God. The secular framework does not remove metaphysics, it replaces metaphysics. That is the part they never say out loud. They mock religion for having doctrines while enforcing doctrines. They criticize revelation. While creating their own unquestionable commandments, they reject sacred law. While constructing sacred political values, nobody is allowed to challenge. And the moment anyone challenges them, watch the reaction. Suddenly neutrality becomes outrage. Suddenly tolerance becomes censorship. Suddenly open-mindedness becomes ideological policing, because the mask slips. And underneath the mask is not neutrality. It is authority. Secularism does not stand outside the battlefield as a referee. It is another army on the field, another belief system, another moral vision, another answer to existence. The difference is this: religious systems usually admit their foundation. Secular systems often hide theirs. They speak as if their conclusions descended from nowhere, as if morality invented itself, as if human dignity appeared by accident, and somehow still produced objective meaning. Every civilization worships something, if not God, then the state. If not revelation, then ideology. If not transcendence, then human desire. If not divine law, then the shifting emotions of culture. Nobody escapes worship. Nobody escapes metaphysics. The only question is, which God is sitting at the center? Because once a society says, we will remove God from public life, something else immediately takes its place. Power, the market, the state, the elite, the crowd, desire, the self. Something always ascends the throne. Always. And then comes the greatest illusion of all. The secular worldview says, we are simply rational. No. Rational according to what foundation? According to which philosophy of truth? According to which definition of human nature? According to which moral absolute? Even the decision to exclude revelation is itself a philosophical doctrine, a metaphysical claim, a declaration about reality, which means the game was never neutral from the beginning. The borders were already drawn, the air was already filtered, the conclusions were already favored. And then religion is told, defend yourself, but only using our rules, our language, our assumptions, our definition of reason. That is not fairness. That is intellectual colonialism wearing the costume of neutrality. And once this is exposed, the entire illusion begins to collapse, because secularism is no longer standing above the argument. It is inside the argument. No special immunity, no invisible throne, no untouchable status. Just another worldview competing for dominance while pretending to be oxygen itself. But oxygen does not censor. Oxygen does not legislate morality. Oxygen does not redefine truth. Oxygen does not demand ideological submission. Systems do that. Belief systems. And that is what secular modernity cannot admit openly. It did not eliminate religion. It became one.